We're here at Road America for the Mama Spring Rally 2025, and behind me I have a 2025 Nissan Frontier PRO-4X. So let's take a quick look at it and hear about some numbers. All right, they had this out on the off-road course yesterday, which is why there is some mud all over the place, and it did great. It has a 3.8 liter V6 with 310 horsepower and 281 pound-feet of torque. Of course, this also is four-wheel drive and has a 9-speed automatic transmission. You're looking at a 0 to 60 in about 7.3 seconds with a top speed of 113 miles per hour. Your payload is going to be about 1,610 pounds. And you can tow up to 7,150 pounds. Your fuel economy is going to be 16 in the city, 20 in the highway, and 18 mile per gallon average. All right, let's take a look at the bed. I like this overlay they have on here with the orange Nissan underneath. It looks really good. You got Pro-4X over there. All right, we'll drop this down. It is a little bit of an assisted lowering. So you've got a spray-in bed liner back here, and you have a rail system here, so you can add some other functions onto this. You have power back here, so you've got a 120 volt there. You got some tie downs. Not a lot of function in here, but a decent amount. And you do have some lighting, so that's pretty good. It looks like you've got some cup holders and stuff on the back, so you can tailgate back here. Now let's take a look at the interior. Here's your door panel, and you got a nice big area for trash and a cup holder. I like this orange right here. This is a nice little touch in the door. Of course, you got all your windows and mirror controls right there. You do have a tow mode button over here. You got your cargo lamp, you got downhill assist, traction control, and your four-wheel locker. And then there is your power inverter. Now you do have power seats with lumbar. I really like the seat design here, all these perforations with the orange back behind it, and the Pro-4X label just looks great. Let's get in and take a closer look at everything. You see the orange in the door. Just looks really nice with the orange stitching, and of course in the seats also. And then you come across the dash and you have, this is, it's a hard, but it's not plastic, so that's okay. You got orange stitching going across here. You got cheaper materials up across the top. I like this little tray up here. That's nice, and it's got a little rubber pad on it so stuff doesn't slide around. Come over here, and then you have this combination of a digital and analog display. So you got analog for your RPMs and your speedometer, but you've got a digital display in the center that shows a bunch of information that you might need off-roading. So there you can cycle through a few different things, some auxiliary gauges, some fuel economy, things like that. So that's nice to have available. If we pan back to the steering wheel a little bit, and I like the Nissan logo in the center with the orange backing, and then you have your cruise control on the right side, and you have all of your other functions. This actually controls the menu in the driver's display, and then you've got your volume, your voice recognition, and your source for your stereo. You got this nice big infotainment screen. Looks like it's probably between 12 and 14 inches. And let's see how well it works. It switches very quickly, so you could easily get around in this thing. It's nice, it's snappy. I don't think you'll have too much problem dealing with it. And you got an auto start stop button off here, and then here are your four-wheel drive settings. And then you have your climate control buttons right here. Very simple, 2 dials, a couple buttons. You have heated seats, and you have a heated steering wheel, parking assist, USB-C and USB-A plugs, and then of course your heated seat for the passenger. You got 12-volt plug right here. And over here we have a glove box, which is a decent sized glove box. A little bitty tray down here that you can probably put the passenger's cell phone in, or you can just store some things down there. You come back and you've got just a standard shifter. As I like to see those standard shifters in the trucks. It's nice. It makes it feel more rugged. And then you've got 2 cup holders. Back here you have your wireless phone charger. And then we go on back further and you've got this armrest right here, and it's got, a decent amount of room in there, about forearm depth, so that will work just fine. This one does also have the sunroof in it and a sunglass holder. That's everything from the front. Hopefully I can get this in on loan for a week, and maybe we can get a little more in-depth videos on this. I'm gonna hop in the back, see how much space there is back there. I'm 6 foot tall, and it looks like it might be a little tight. All right, getting in the back. Here's the door panel. You got a nice soft area here with orange stitching, and then down below you got a place for your bottle. Like you can see here, it's probably not going to be a lot of space in here. The driver's seat is in my driving position, and you can see my knees are pretty well into the seat. It is a soft back seat, so I can kind of push into it a little bit, but the driver would probably have to scoot forward just a little bit to kind of make me a little more comfortable back here. I'm pretty straight up. So it would not be comfortable for a long trip like this. Headroom though, headroom, we got 2 to 3 inches, so that's good. What else is back here? You have USB-C and USB-A plugs right down here. And then we also have a 120 volt household plug. And a center armrest, which I don't like having to dig my hand in there to pull this out. They need a handle or something on here. And then there's 2 cup holders in the armrest. And that works pretty well, actually. I thought that would be like in the way. It kind of is a little bit, but not too bad. That is everything on the inside. So now I think we probably need to talk about pricing on this, and then we'll take it out for a little bit of a drive. Pricing is going to start with the King Cab S at $32,050. This Pro 4X is going to start at $41,770. And this one you see in front of us, as tested with options and destination fee, comes in at $50,265. We're in the Nissan Frontier. This is the first time I've been in a Frontier. Now, I have done the new Ranger on the channel, and I've also had the Tacoma. So this is my first time with the Frontier. I like the way that it looks in here. We're gonna hit some railroad tracks kind of hard, see what happens. Good, over, settled in, got a nice soft bounce from this Pro 4X suspension. Size-wise, it's a good size for a small family or a single person. But if you are planning on hauling adults around, they are not going to fit in the back very well. It's really cramped back there. We're gonna go down here and we'll do a 0 to 60 right here at these guardrails. This is where I go. All right, get down here. Got this V6 in this thing. Let's see what we get. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh, we spun tires. There we go. And 60. Good. A little noisy, but it sounds good. That doesn't bother me at all. Steering wheel feels a little bigger than most steering wheels that I've been in recently. It seems like the newer vehicles are kind of getting a little bit smaller. So I like having this big steering wheel. Actually feels like you're doing something with it. I don't know if the big Frontier going across underneath this display is necessary, but it looks okay. It makes this whole screen look like it's way bigger than it actually is, especially with these integrated vents, and it's into the dash. I do like that it's integrated into the dash, because I hate the ones that are like sitting out here like big and in the way. That just kind of annoys me. So we're gonna take some tight curves down here. Now, yesterday it was awful rainy. Today it's pretty dry, so we can take a little, we can get a little bit more speed going down through here. So right now, these are 25 mile an hour curves, and we're going around them about 38, 40. There's a little bit of a body lean going into these corners, but not bad. Not as bad as some of the SUVs, although a lot of the new SUVs, there's not a lot of body roll in those either, which is really surprising because some of them are pretty tall. I like the ride. It doesn't feel like it's too stiff or too soft. It feels like it's dialed in really well. We're just taking a cruise around through here. We've got the brand new Ioniq 9 out in front of us. Hopefully we can get into that. Make sure you subscribe if you're interested in seeing that. The acceleration is pretty good. It kind of builds up. So this has a V6 where a lot of the other ones are going to turbo 4 cylinders. So I like a naturally aspirated engine. It just sounds better. So I do like this truck. I think it's comfortable. I think I could drive it every day. It seems like it's a little tight on the left side. My leg is like really resting against all of this. But other than that, I think it's a good truck. I like it. I enjoy driving it. You guys know what to do. Hit that like button and have a blessed day.